You know what? I was going to go to church this morning at my church here in town, but then I saw this on the panel, and I thought, well, I don't want to miss this one to be at church, right? So I wanted to be here with you. So here's the weird thing, though, and you may have to help me, because the name of the panel is Christianity and Anime. Well, I don't really know what that's supposed to be. As far as I know, there really isn't Christianity in anime. So let's make no mistake about that, all right? There are certainly Christian themes. There are certainly themes of right and wrong, good and evil, good and bad, and God and evil, and Satan, and devils, and demons. Certainly plenty of that. But I think, you know what, since the panel is supposed to have that kind of a dynamic, I want to take the time just to talk with you, especially I see some parents in the room, and I'm glad you're here, and I know that all of you kids have parents too, if you don't meet me after. But I get a lot of emails a lot of times that say, my mom says, or my pastor says, or my neighbor says, that anime is of the devil. That anime is from hell. Okay, if I say nothing else of any importance today, let me say this very clearly. Anime is from the devil as much as movies are from the devil, or music is from the devil, or magazines are from the devil, or books are from the devil, or television is from the devil. That's a very broad brush, and people that paint with broad brushes are usually morons. All right? Having said that, let's be specific. You, choose my words carefully. You are doing yourselves no great favor allowing garbage to go into your heads, and into your eyes, and into your minds. So while it is true that you cannot just say all of this is bad or all of that is bad, what a wise, prudent person is going to do, and what your parents hope you do, is make good choices. Avoid the crap, embrace the good. Enjoy the good stuff. And don't waste your time on stuff that just coats you in garbage. You coat your mind in garbage. And then you run around thinking of garbage all the time, and the next thing you know, you wonder why things are so bad. So let me just start by saying that about anime in general. There's nothing bad about anime in and of itself. Certainly not. That would be crazy. And I don't think anybody really thinks that. But there's bad anime just like there's bad movies, and bad television, and bad music. And you want to avoid the garbage, and you want to enjoy the good. There's plenty of good. Plenty of good. So I think what I'd like to do, I may regret doing this, but why not, right? I think what I'd like to do is just talk with you guys. I'd like to field questions as best I can. I certainly don't pretend to know everything, but I've learned a lot over the years, lots of years. And I'd like to talk with you, and let's ask questions about the topic. How about that? Religion as it relates, or Christianity as it relates to anime, or my own faith, or what you've heard, or a question about this or that. And I will do my best, and we can have a nice big family chat here, okay? Because we're all family, all right? Right. Okay, so who's got any kind of question? Let's start off with.
Okay, well, I kind of think that the reason why we see images and themes of Christianity in anime is that the Japanese realize that anime is big in America, but they also know that in America you have a lot of Christianity. My thought is that maybe they adopt these symbols and things into some of their shows so that it can better relate to the Western culture.
Did you guys hear that? He has a theory that the reason why there are a lot of Christian themes in anime is because Japan knows that they want these shows to be marketable in the United States. Certainly there is a lot more Christianity and Christian themes in the United States than there is in Japan. That's a distinct possibility. What I would tell you is this. Here's what I think. I just came back from Japan, you guys. I literally never been before. See this really cool cross? I bought that in Shibuya. But here's the cool thing. This store had walls and walls of crosses. This is Japan. You're like, what in the world? Here's what I think. Okay? Now, you can disagree with me. We're allowed to disagree, but this is just my opinion. It's no more valuable than yours. It's just my opinion. I believe that every human being is created with a sense of the divine in him. I think that as soon as you are old enough to start considering deeper concepts of eternity and spirituality and God and all of it, whatever you call it, as soon as you're old enough to start thinking about things like that, you do. Because we're made that way, you guys. We're spiritual beings. Anybody here disagree that we are spiritual beings? Who in here is a chimp? Okay? We are so about the unseen. Am I right? I mean, that's why movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark do so well, and horror movies, and spiritual things, spiritual battles, and good and evil, and the unseen world. We know, something inside us knows that and searches for it, and looks for it. And I think that Japanese are no different than we are. They're human beings. They're people and created the same way. And I think that there is a curiosity about the spiritual in every culture. That's why you have religions everywhere. That's why you have basic concepts, stories that have been told. You go to other cultures. I've read books about this, where like missionaries would go to other cultures that have never been exposed to Western civilization, to the Bible, to none of it. And they find that this culture has some story about creation that's just like Adam and Eve, only it's Goomba and Dusta. Where'd they get that? Or they go to some culture where they've got a story written in their annals about a great flood that covered the earth. Where'd they get that? They never even heard of the Bible. There is something in humanity that draws people to the spiritual, to a quest for that plane. And so many people try so many different ways to achieve it, and that's why I've got so many different faiths and religious ideas and concepts. But I think that those concepts work their way into Japanese anime, not only because they know I would agree with that to an extent, but not only because they know they're going to come to America, but because I believe they're as curious about it as we are. Nobody would say that Jesus was a moron, would they? I mean, they may not believe in all of Christianity's concepts, but nobody's going to say, yeah, Jesus was an idiot. No, there's something interesting and there's something curious. And what do you think about him? Where did he come from? And what did he come to do? And was he telling the truth? And what did everybody think? Well, Jesus is the basis of Christianity. Christ, Christianity. So there's a curiosity about that. And the Japanese are just as curious as we are. So I think that a lot of the concepts come in because of their own curiosity. And I've spoken with some of the Japanese directors, by the way. I've talked with them about that. And they have, you look at shows like Trinity Blood. The whole thing's built around the Catholic Church. Well, not a lot of Catholics in Japan. So what would give a director an idea to create an entire series around the church, the Western civilization? I mean, there's a curiosity there. You can't deny that. So, good question, though. Thank you for bringing that up.